Today we're gonna be talking about part of the sun is broken and scientists are baffled. So this one right here, I found it very intriguing. It was found by the James Webb Space Telescope, and pretty much while the sun was having an active flare event, there was a polar vortex seen on the northern pole. This vortex has been seen before, but at the same time, we just don't understand how it forms. It forms it in a certain area. Either they believe it's due to a magnetic flipping due to the sun cycle that we're in, or it could be due to the 55th latitude, that for some reason when the sun reaches that parallel, weird things start to happen on the sun. So they believe it's either one of the two. I mean, obviously there could be a plethora of other things, but me personally, when you're dealing with the sun and something like this, I mean, it looks really cool, but you got different rotational speeds on the sun. So like the rotational speed on the equator is 21.5 days. That's the speed that it will rotate at. And then you got the latitude of 60 degrees, which rotates at 30.8. And then you have the poles, which rotate at 36.6 days. So the interior by itself does it 26.9. You can clearly see that the sun is spinning, just different levels of the sun spinning at different, I guess, spectrums, really. That to me probably plays a role in it to some extent, or it can be just due to the fact the sun has an atmosphere, and there's really three main levels. There's a few other ones, and there's even some that we don't even know of. But the three main levels is the photosphere, the chromosphere, and then you got the corona. And the photosphere is pretty much like the lowest level. Like the range of the photosphere be like 1,000 to 7,500 Kelvin. And this is kind of where flares tend to happen, and not Kelvin, degrees Fahrenheit. And this is like where flares tend to happen, actually. You got a lot of radiation, you got a lot of X-rays, radio waves, things of that nature. And then you move up to the third level, and you got the corona. And the corona is 3.5 million degrees. So you just went from 11,000, you know what I'm saying, roughly anywhere from 7,500 to 11,000 to all the way to 3.5 million. And then you have a gap. So that the corona of the sun is definitely a mystery that we're trying to understand. But it being able to do these strange vortexes and these I don't even understand like how it could be, it could definitely be. I mean, different types of ways that filaments even erupt. There are string filaments that kind of just go out into space, and there are curved filaments that kind of loop back into the sun. Arch filaments. I mean, whether it's a flare, whether it's a CME, whether it's there's kind of a lot of things that can blow off of the sun, or a lot of different types of events. But I wonder indeed what such a vortex is actually doing. If the winds are for some reason, if they're like high winds up there that are just causing this vortex to commute like this. But to me, this is very cool. Shoot, like seeing like, and that's a huge percentage of the sun that just did that. And off of nothing, quote unquote, like that kind of looks like nothing, a big old vortex comes out of nowhere, and it's just spinning. Then of course the data ends. Of fucking course. I mean, hey, let's be again, yeah. Of course the data ends. You hear me? Like, right when the motherfucker gets serious too. It looked like it was finna make a 6-pointed star or some shit. It looked like it was finna do some crazy ass, you know what I mean, some shit that needed to be displayed on camera. But that nigga is definitely on. He's great when it comes to cutting that bitch off. But as you can see, the polar vortex definitely is something cool we have when you're on Earth. It's fucked up on Earth. The polar vortex here on Earth is fucked up. When you get atmospheric rivers here on Earth, in California, just know that in Antarctica, it's dumping hella heat. You see what I'm saying? So right now, there's a lot of the polar vortex is definitely fucked on our end. We know that has obvious weather implications on fucking Earth, but I wonder if the polar vortex on the sun is fucked up too, and what implications that would have. Now, for the storm to start at the pole and go directly towards the pole, that's kind of strange too. This kind of opens the door for me. I'm thinking in my head, are there suns out? Which there are. Let's be again. We stay serious over here. If you mean to tell me this is the only nigga, and we, it's just like saying the same shit about life. You know what I'm saying? You're not telling me we're the only ones. I'm sorry. So when you mean to tell me, right, that this phenomena with the polar vortex or the northern vortex, I wonder if on other suns it starts on the equator. You see what I'm saying? Or maybe it starts on the South Pole. Like when you find out some shit like this, like how it happens, the kind of things that you need to create something like this, shoot, you might be able to once again manipulate those composites, and then obviously maybe even make it start somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? You could even see if maybe this causes mega flares, or if this has some type of, because you know magnetics play a strong role in flares. So you probably wouldn't want to play with that. Probably couldn't. I mean, you could do like fucking what's it called, robot computer dialogues and all that stuff, diagramming. I mean, you could easily do it that way. You don't have to do it realistically, but to an extent, something like this I feel like is more so signs that the sun, once again, I mean, they're saying it's broken. I don't know how else you can motherfucking quote the motherfucker. Like, for a nigga to say that the sun is broken, in a way, obviously it's not. The nigga is trying to tell you, listen to me. This shit is not normal. You hear me? This shit, if it's not happening because of this shit is not normal. But like I say, something like this, it'd be real cool to find out if it starts in the equator on some suns. Shit, if it starts on the South Pole on some suns and goes all the way up, that'd be live to have a vortex that goes starting from your southern pole and goes all the way throughout, pretty much. Like, man, that shit is, yeah, that's kind of live. But good thing for these researchers over here. Hopefully we can see more things like this. Not cut off when it start though. Like, that shit still, it blows my top. Like, how you gon' the shit just started? How the hell it's kickoff and you already got me in a commercial? This shit just started. Like, I'm not even nigga ain't even getting, man. Look, it be shit like this that I be saying. They be good with the suspense, and then they be good on letting your mind run wherever the fuck it wanna run. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even have enough information to come up with a strong enough conclusion that would be realistic enough for them to be scared. The fact that you know what you're talking about, but limiting the facts, limiting the evidence, limiting the vision, limiting everything so you could limit the answer. Appreciate y'all. See y'all niggas.